What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Guess what we get to talk about? Aaron Rodgers. He was on with Pat McAfee today and had a couple interesting nuggets because, well, as we know, it's been well documented. He is trying to make a comeback back to the NFL after tearing his Achilles in week 1. Can he do it? And also some surprising words about MetLife Stadium. Was not expecting to hear that. But let's hop right into this. So it's been, again, well documented from week 1. So it's been a really long time of this. But Aaron Rodgers is attempting to come back in 2023. There's a slight problem, though. First, we will start with what he is describing as the next step, which is getting on the football field and going through practice. Now, Ian Rappaport has reported that he is going to attempt to return to practice very, very soon. And that he kind of, he doubled down on it, that Rodgers is going to return to practice. And he's making an attempt to return to the New York Jets on December 24th, Christmas Eve, against the Washington Commanders. There is just one slight little problem with all of this. It is that the New York Jets have to be in playoff contention. Aaron Rodgers talked about it as one of the factors going into him returning is first the health, and then number 2 is if the Jets are still in playoff contention. And well, that kind of went out the window with their last 2 blowout losses. The first at the hands of the Buffalo Bills, then at the hands of the Miami Dolphins. The Jets are now sitting with a 4-7 record. And I don't know about you guys, but it makes me kind of hard to believe that they're going to be in playoff contention 3 or 4 weeks from now when Aaron Rodgers is trying to get back onto the field. We'll see, but again, can they score more than 13 points before we start talking about playoffs? Because it happened against the Giants, it happened against the Chargers, then the Raiders, then the Bills, and then the Miami Dolphins. So for the last 5 games, a 5-game stretch of 13 points or less, no fan deserves that ever. But especially in 2023, we see these teams scoring 30 points by accident every week, and the Jets are scratching, clawing, itching, fighting to get to 14. It's not right. It's not right. We don't deserve that. But it really, to me, feels like it's going to be tough for him to return under those circumstances. If, keyword being if, one of the contingencies is the Jets have to be in playoff contention for him to come back, well, I think that ship has sailed. Maybe he's still saying that to himself or to the team to try to keep their spirits alive and to get them to, hey, let's be 7-7 when Aaron comes back. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it happens, but they got to show a sign of life before I start buying it. But I'm starting to think 2024 is the move there. But hopefully we at least see him on the practice field. Maybe throw the football around a little bit. Throw the old pigskin around. See how it feels on the old Achilles. And then the second part of this was Aaron Rodgers defending MetLife Stadium. Now, if you want to talk about FedEx Field or whatever they're calling it now, where the Washington Commanders play, that might be the only stadium worse in the NFL, in my personal opinion. I don't know. Rodgers wouldn't say which stadiums he thought were worse, but the reason why it was brought up is because Jalen Phillips tore his Achilles on MetLife Stadium, and there's been a ton of injuries, man, at MetLife Stadium over the years. You had the game against the 49ers in 2020 where there were multiple injuries sustained. Rodgers in week 1, and Rodgers is like, yeah, there's no problem with it. But I don't know. The players seem to want grass. I'm not saying grass fixes everything. We've seen players tear things on grass, have non-contact injuries on grass, get hurt on grass. Like, it doesn't fully take away the ACL, MCL, Achilles injuries, those non-contact ones. It doesn't. It does not fully take it away. But if the players think it's safer, and if that's what the players want, to me, that is on the Jets and the Giants, who share the stadium, to do the right thing. It's the MetLife turf claims victims every single year. Every single freaking year. And they just changed the turf. They just changed it this past offseason, and it still stinks. So figure it out. They got to figure something else different because they cannot continue to run this back and be like, yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine, actually. There's no problem with our turf. I think they should change it. I think they should either get a legitimately good turf in there or go to grass. My preference, grass. I think you could do it. There's got to be a way to do it. But the number of injuries that happen at that stadium and the number of injuries, man, like, let's just look. The Jets have been ravished with injury year over year over year. Try something different. Let me know your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers, if you think he's actually going to try to make this return back. Let me know your thoughts on the MetLife Stadium comments, all that good stuff. Please like the video before you go. It really helps. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with a friend. Comment. Engage. All the good stuff. I'm Matt. I'll catch you next time.